The story of Krazy Joe was torn from yesterday's headlines, and it's as terrifying as tomorrow's.
Good morning. Welcome back to Krazy Joe's Concession Stand. I have another physical media review for you today. Today we're talking about Challengers, the movie Challengers, starring Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Feist, two guys I've never heard of before, and Zendaya. The trailers for this movie, this release, by the way, it comes from Warner Brothers. It's an MGM film being released on Blu-ray through Warner Brothers. Now, I'd like to point out that there is no 4K release. There's only a Blu-ray. If you're interested in getting this in physical media, Blu-ray is the highest quality you're going to get. There is no 4K release. This movie was heavily promoted in theaters. I didn't see it in theaters. I just watched it last night on Blu-ray for the first time. And when it was being promoted in theaters, the trailers did nothing for me. I had no interest in this movie. Two tennis players both fall in love with Zendaya, it looked like. I'm like, okay, so it's a movie about two tennis players that are in love with the same woman. Love triangle, tennis film. No interest. Those trailers didn't sell me on this movie even a little bit. But something interesting started to happen. I started hearing it was really good from a lot of people, including my good friend, Mr. Lil Movie Perp. Lil Movie Perp really, really liked this movie, and he was championing it pretty hardcore, which made me think, okay, maybe there's something else to it. Maybe there's more than I'm getting from this trailer. Maybe it's more than just tennis players in love with Zendaya. Maybe there's more there. Some kind of twist, something interesting. And when Warner Brothers sent this for a review, I was more than happy to give it a review. I'm like, all right, I've heard good things about this. Let's pop this in. So I went into this last night really primed to see something special because I had been hearing it's one of the year's best films. I'm sorry to say that I would say this is one of the year's worst films. I hated it. I really hated it. It's exactly what I thought it was. It's just two tennis players who were both in love with Zendaya. That's the trailer doesn't misrepresent this movie at all. What the trailer shows is what you get. And what the trailer showed was uninteresting, and the movie's uninteresting. Probably the most interesting thing about it is there is sort of an LGBT subtext. Maybe if they leaned more into that, maybe that would have made this a more interesting movie. I don't know. As it is, it's pretty standard stuff. It's just two guys, both one Zendaya, and they're both tennis pros, and they start out as friends, and it becomes a rivalry, and it takes place over the course of several years. Pretty mundane story. Just not very interesting at all. I can't say much about it. If you've seen the trailer, you know exactly what this film is. There's nothing else here. I don't, with all my love to Mr. Lil Movie Perp, I don't understand how anybody would put this on a best of the year, especially considering how many strong efforts we've had this year. Like I saw the TV Glow and Argyle and Late Night with the Devil. I mean, we've had a lot of really good movies so far this year, and this wouldn't even factor into the. There's nothing here. Nothing. Yeah, I know. I hated this. But let's talk about the disc. What do you get with the disc? Okay, well, first of all, there's no 4K. Like I said, you're only getting Blu-ray and the digital code, which redeems in HD, but not Ultra HD. So you'll if you redeem that code, you will have an HD copy of the movie. And it'll tell you can pay more to upgrade if you want the Ultra HD. So that's how the code redeems. The disc itself looks great. Looks great. 1080p Blu-ray, man, it's quality. Some people are hung up on the 4K. I collect 4K myself, but don't discount 1080p. I mean, it looks great, and this movie looks great, and it sounds great. So it's not a bad release. You get a slip sleeve, same cover, and I'm sorry to say there's like no special features on here. This is as bare bones as it gets. Movie only, no special features at all. Nothing at all. And that's it. Get the movie, no DVD. Comes with a digital code. And that's it. Pretty bare bones release. If you do love this movie, maybe they'll revisit this at a later date and do a better quality. I don't know. It's made by MGM, which tells me the end goal is for it to live on Prime, because that's usually where MGM movies go now. So this will probably end up on Amazon Prime in the near future. Maybe we're lucky we got a release at all, because I wasn't the release of Air pretty bare bones too. That was also a Amazon release. So yeah, I don't know that maybe they'll revisit this, maybe they won't, because they maybe you're lucky you get a physical release of this at all, because this is an Amazon movie. They probably want you to watch it on Amazon Prime, to be honest. So you're probably lucky you got anything. But it's not a bad disc. If you like this movie, the picture looks great. It's good quality picture. Very bare bones. Personally, I cannot recommend this film. But like I always say, film is subjective. I actually had a disagreement with somebody recently. Somebody told me a movie was objectively bad. No movie is objectively bad. Objectively bad is not a thing, because all art is subjective. All art is subjective, and your favorite movie is somebody else's least favorite, and somebody else's least favorite movie is someone else's favorite. That's just the way film works. So I did not like this film at all. Little Movie Perp loved it. I know some people think it's one of the year's best. All art is subjective. You got to make up your own mind. So if you have any curiosity about this film at all, if you've seen the trailers and you've been wondering about this film and thinking that's something I might like to see, then by all means check it out. Tell me what you thought. Did you like this better than I did? Are you a tennis fan? Is it maybe you got to be a tennis fan? Maybe you got to be a sports fan. I don't know. But I just saw nothing to this movie at all. And I should have trusted my gut, because the trailers, I just knew from the trailers that this didn't look interesting. But I thought maybe there's going to be a twist. Maybe there's going to be something. All right. So, yeah, that's a big no for me on Challengers, but you check it out. You tell me what you think. All right, everybody. Oh, and thanks to Warner Brothers for sending this review copy. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.